Guys, this is the third video on MySQL and MySQL connector. Today we will talk about MySQL connector and repeat the process which we have done with MySQL in the previous video. So please watch the previous video to know more and to understand this video fully. Okay, and those who know or are familiar with MySQL connector and are here and watching this series for only MySQL, then they can skip this video. Today we are going to purely talk about MySQL connector with Python. So let us recapitulate what we have learned in the first video. Okay, so first we have to import MySQL dot connector, and as I told you, you can apply the as clause to shorten the name of the module, right? So import mysql.con. Now we connect the database is equals to con dot connect, and you have the host is equal to localhost, comma user is equals to root, and password is equals to z. Yep. Host user password is equal to this, right? And as we will gonna work on the database name as YouTube, we'll write database is equal to YouTube, so that we don't have to write in every execution use YouTube or something like that, right? To shorten our code basically. So control S, and yeah. So now we have to make the cursor. Cur is equals to db database dot cursor. Okay, right. So first we'll create a table, right? So cur dot execute, and you have to create the table. So you have to write the command for creating a table. It can be in caps lock or caps off. Okay, so I'm gonna use caps on. So create table demo1, right? Create table demo1, and you have to write the field names inside these parentheses and their data type as well. So of course, first is name varchar 255. Okay, you can also take char, comma class int, comma address. Yeah, I'm sorry, address varchar again, and you have 255, right? 255. And let's take another, which would be date. Okay, date in, I'll take date underscore, और यह हटा दे, डेट का भी टाइम नहीं है, डेट रहने देते हैं, ये हटा दे, क्वेश्चन जब करेंगे तो बेसिक समझा रहे हैं, ठीक है? तो डेट वाला काट दियो. हाँ, okay, right. So this is our table which we created in MySQL in my second video, and now we are creating this with MySQL connector with Python, right? So we have done this. Now we have to just run this code. Yep, okay. YouTube is not defined. Oh, okay. The error is that I have not stringed the YouTube. Okay. The name of the database should be stringed. So from my mistakes, you can actually guess your potential mistakes and improve your coding as well. So yeah, this would run properly now. And let us now move to inserting values. So before inserting values, let me make a quick overview of what our table would look like. So I'll comment it out, name, and then we have our class, and then we have our address. Okay, so yeah, our address. Let us insert the values now. So you have to write cur dot execute, and the new statement, that is the insert statement. So insert statement is actually very different in MySQL, or because we are going to use a placement method here. So I'll explain you what placement method is and everything. Please understand me carefully, listen what I say. If you're not able to understand, you'll use the benefit of YouTube video. That means you will rewind the video and listen to me again. Okay, so insert into the table name demo1 values and parentheses. Please, you have to memorize and understand the syntax, which I've already explained in my MySQL video, which is MySQL and MySQL connector part 2. Okay, so insert into demo1 values. Here in the parentheses, you have to enter the values. So name is a string. Okay, so you have to, like in the MySQL, let us take the concept of MySQL. In MySQL, when you write insert into the table name and then values and then parentheses, inside parentheses, for example, if the first field name is name itself, so we have to enter the value or enter the name in string form. Okay, so you have to apply these method or you have to string it out. So values, and then for string we have to, so you have to use this symbol, which is apostrophe or double apostrophe, you can use any of it. Okay, so insert into values, then you have to use apostrophe and then add your name. Okay, this is how the string works. I hope you know what string is. That's the basic concept of Python programming language. So string, and then you enter the string. But here the command or the query is already stringed, so you cannot use string, double string it. Okay, you cannot use string and then add values. This is not gonna work. You see, this is not yellowed out, right, like any other string. Okay, so what to do here? So the great method which we use here is placement method. I've already explained you my placement or what placement method is in my previous videos. Okay, so values, so let us see what placement is. There are two type of order, there are two type of method where you can use placement. The first is when you create a dictionary, a symbol of dictionary, and then add value. The second is this one, percentage s. So you have to apply 3% s because you have to fill three datas. Okay, it does not depend if the data type of the three datas which you are entering for a record is different. Okay, this should be same. You will read in YouTube, or you will not read in YouTube. What am I saying? You will watch in YouTube and read in articles that for integer you have to use this. Okay, but this does not work. I've tried it. That you don't have to learn more and more. You don't have to. You just have to keep your code simple. I've explained the basic concept of Python. Keep it simple. Okay, so after that, inside the parenthesis only, after your apostrophe, you have to apply comma. Okay, you have to apply comma, then a list, then a tuple, and enter your value. I'll explain you why I'm using a list and a tuple. Okay, this is basically for multiple inputs. I'll explain you, don't worry about that. So inside the tuple, you have to enter your values. That is, now you can use string, it would be yellowed. See, so now a name, okay, whatever you want name, and int, that is 12, and the address. Okay, these are the corresponding values or corresponding records for the table. Okay, this is name, which is gonna take over the first percentage s. This is the class, the second column or second field name, which is gonna take over the second percentage s, and you'll go on and on. Okay, right, and I think this would work now. Control S, Control P. Okay, during handling of the exception, another exception alert. Okay, okay, don't worry. Yeah, oh, I mistaked with the placement of tuple and list. The list should be inside and tuple should be outside. Okay, so let us run. And you can also do without the tuples also, but I'll prefer you because so that you cannot be confused with execute many and execute. Okay, when you are going to insert multiple data, you have to write comma here and then another list and then add your data. All right, so that you do not forget this, I'll tell you to apply the double parenthesis. Okay, so control S, Control B, it's working properly, but let us check in MySQL if the data is added or not. Okay, use YouTube, right, and select from demo1 empty. You see, demo1 has not changed, but we have run our code 4 times. That means there should be 4 records, 4 similar records. Why is it not working? So the basic thing is that we are not committed. We have not committed this value in the MySQL database. We have just executed this value. This value is not changing anything or not manipulating our MySQL database. So for to do that, after every cur.execute, you have to write db.commit. Oh, double M, I think. Sorry. Yup. Now let us check our MySQL. Sorry. Okay. From this is the select statement. If you are not understanding MySQL syntax, I have already explained you in my second video of MySQL and MySQL connector. Please check it out. I am simultaneously teaching you MySQL with Python and MySQL. I hope it's not very hard to taking. That's why I'm separating the videos. I'm separating the videos for MySQL and MySQL connector with Python. This is the MySQL connector with Python. Okay, so select from demo 1. You see the record has been added. But if what if you have decided that I'm going to change my database, I'm going to create tables. So what to do if I have to reduce my syntax? What to do if I don't want to write this? Can I do something? Yeah, you can surely do something. You can write here comma auto commit is equal to true. This is working. Okay, so this has created two, I think this has created two records now. So I'm sorry, from demo 1, I think there are two records created. Yeah, two similar records has been created. Okay, so yeah, this is done. We are done with adding. But so now what do we have to do if we have to enter multiple records? One of the method is similar to MySQL syntax, which is a repeat the insert statement again and again. That means cur.execute and repeat the statement. I hope you understand that, right? But the other method, which is the beneficiary of Python programming language, is placement itself. Okay, and the syntax is the reason for double array. Array here denotes tuple and list both. It is not the actual meaning. I'm denoting it as tuple and list both in these of my CDs. Okay, so the reason is because here you can write multiple records. You can write comma and then this. Let me make it more simpler and more proficient to understand, right? So before that, I hope you would understand if I write something like this query. I take a variable query, and inside query I write my query, that is insert into uh, demo1 values, whatever, I'm sorry, values, whatever values I want. I have to write percentage s, and percentage s. Okay, query is percentage s, and you can write cur dot, and you can also take one more variable, that is data is equals to take a tuple and take a list. And I explained you have to take tuple and list so that you cannot be confused between the syntax of adding one data or one record and the syntax of adding multiple data or multiple record. Okay, so here you have to add your data. I'm gonna take 12. Okay, yep, and you can write cur dot execute. Okay, cur.execute query comma data. I hope you understand. I'm just playing with the variables. This means the same. The query is going to be inserted into demo1 values percentage as 3 times, and data is going to be my data or first record. I hope this won't hinder your understanding of MySQL Python programming. Okay, so cur.execute, right? But this is about entering multiple data. So what you can do is actually create a nested array, nested tuple array. You just have to take comma and take another list, or the lists in this nested array represent different records. The first list is the first record, the second list is the second record which you have added. Okay, so this, and you can write something else what you want, whatever number you want. 34 is not a class, but I've taken an int, right? So this, and yep, the address, and it should run. But it's that simple. There is one more thing to explain. You are executing many data, so you have to write execute many. Simple. I think this would run. Finished. Right, let us see in MySQL if it's running or not, and select. You see the two data have been added. These are the two data which you have recently added. So I hope you understand the concept of adding multiple datas. So this is all about inserting the values, right? I hope you can do the process, or you can write the syntax for deleting values. One of the syntax which I forget to tell you in my second video was truncate. It is related to deleting records, deleting data. Okay, what does truncate do? So truncate statement or truncate syntax deletes the data, deletes all the data present in a table, in a particular table. You have to write truncate table, and then table name, whatever the table name is, table name. The statement of the syntax is valid for both Python and MySQL. Okay, so truncate table does not delete the table. If you write show table after writing truncate, show tables, so you will get your demo one. Okay, but if you write select from demo one, you'll get an empty set. Okay, so I hope you understand what truncate is. I'll repeat again. Truncate table actually deletes all the record in a table. Okay, so that's it for today. Please like the video, share it with your friends, and thank you for watching.